Ask Reddit. What is a fun psychological trick to try on someone? From a similar thread not too long ago. When a group of people laugh, people will instinctively look at the person they feel closest to in that group. If you ask someone a question and they only partially answer, just wait. If you stay silent and keep eye contact, they will usually continue talking. Not that fun, but if you are in a meeting with someone who can be confrontational, sit next to them. If that confrontational person likes to toss insults or make mean jokes about you, pause the conversation and have them repeat it 2 or 3 times, as if you couldn't hear it clearly the first time. It takes the sting out of the comment and highlights them as jerk to the rest of the people in the meeting. They usually stop after the first time you do this. Instead of asking my wife where she wants to eat out, I'll ask her to guess where I'm taking her, then she'll answer and that's where I'll take her. She's very indecisive. I believe this cuts through that like butter, and she's loved it every time. Damn, she must be really good at guessing right every single time. Ask your son if he wants milk and he'll say no, but ask him if he wants milk in a blue cup or a red cup and he'll choose a color and drink his milk. Magic. This works for everything. I'm asking mine if he wants to go to bed in 5 or 15 and let him choose. I basically gives a child a sense of control in a situation. This really works every time, be it tidying up his room or getting up in the morning. If you're lying, always include some detail that is embarrassing to you. It makes your story far more believable. For example, instead of saying, "No, I wasn't at Jimson James' house. I was with Randy the whole time." Try saying, "No, I haven't been to Jimson's in a while. I clogged his toilet, so I don't think his parents want me over there for a while. So me and Randy hung out." The extra embarrassing detail makes your story seem more truthful. It gets you out of a lot of shit. Tell someone you only have 2 minutes to talk, and then start your conversation. The false time pressure can make them pay much more attention. Hand people stuff without saying anything. No matter what you hand them, they will take it first and ask questions later. I do this randomly, but not too often, with all the people I hang out with, and it never fails. It's hilarious. Apparently mirroring people, like doing similar body movements and using the same words, makes them like you more as they feel more connected to you. Be careful though to not overdo it, because there is a thin line between mirroring and mocking. This is something many salespeople get told to do as it improves sales. When you notice someone doing it on you, then it's fun to screw with them. Make more and more weird gestures and see how far they will take it. A colleague from work once got a car salesman to dance the cha-cha slide with him. Buy an identical toilet brush, put it in the dishwasher, run it. Let your partner empty it, watch the reaction, and then let the person know you have been doing it for years, and how else is it supposed to get clean? When you are talking to someone, shift your eyes and look over their shoulder behind them for a few seconds. Combine this with very gently changing your talking pace. Then after the few seconds, continue as you did before, as if nothing happened. It will be perceived as if something happened behind them and they will look behind them. I did this with some friends in high school, just to mess with them. Worked almost every time and was very annoying. People like you more if you ask them a small favor within the first day or so of meeting them. Like to borrow a pen or help fixing an uneven desk. It creates a bond. True, I really like the old lady that asked me to grab a bag of chips on the top shelf for her at the grocery store. I'm not very tall myself, but I felt accomplished and hope I see her again. JK on the last part, but it was a feel-good moment. Go to one of your friends or family member and ask them to count 2 fingers on their right hand, starting with the thumb and the index finger. Then tell them to skip the middle, ring, and pinky on their right hand and count the fingers on their left hand, then count the fingers they skipped on their right hand. So this is how it's supposed to go: 1, 2, skip 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Talk about stuff in front of them while fiddling a pen or something, then ask them questions while putting the pen down between you and the other person, then see how many objects you can manage to make them pick up and fiddle with, and then point out the mess they have gathered around them. And give them the old wink JK, and a small apology afterwards for fucking with them. I used to work with a guy who was super opinionated about everything. He would die on every single hill, usually for the stupidest reasons. Like, everyone in the room would agree our next meeting should be Tuesday at 3 p.m. He would grind the entire process to a halt, single-handedly arguing that the next meeting should be Tuesday at 3:15 p.m. He'd dig his heels in and argue until it wore everyone down, and we did it his way. Whenever he was called out for it, he justified it by saying he was a person of strong conviction and that he would always speak up for what he believed. I started getting ahead of it by crediting him for ideas he didn't have. So in the example I just gave, I'd chime in first and say, Brent and I were talking earlier and I liked his idea of meeting at 3 p.m. Or I would say, Brent had an interesting idea, and I would go on to share my idea as if Brent had told me. He always looked really confused, but he never argued. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. And if you have any subject you want us to make a video about, just ask us.